quickly walk you through our credit profile assignment. This is what it looks like. We are going to be determining in this first part whether a person should be opening a new line of credit based on the scenario that we have for them. So we're going to read their scenario. It's just 3 or 4 sentences for each person. And then we're going to be answering 4 questions. We need to make sure that we are answering all 4 parts, so all 4 questions in order to get our full points. So we're going to identify if this person should or should not open a new credit card. We can answer this really quickly in just a few words. We want to pick out a couple pieces of evidence that we are pulling from their profile to justify our decision. We want to identify one other thing that we would want to know in order to make our decision. And then if we do decide that they should open a new credit card account, what is one thing that this individual should do in order to be successful and manage it responsibly? So the first one I gave as an example, Jack is in his 3rd year of trade school. He is living away from home, but his parents help him pay for his bills. Jack's boss pays for half of his school, and he has a student loan for the other half. He works 25 hours a week. Last year, Jack bought a car, and he has stayed up to date on all of his payments, so he's never had a late payment. He's always paid the minimum balance. And his main problem is that he gets paid at the end of every month. So sometimes he just needs a little bit of extra money the week before payday to buy groceries or pay for something until he gets paid at the very end of the month. So I'm going to go through, I answered all 4 pieces. I color coded my answers. You do not have to color code them, but it is a good way to show me that you fully answered all 4 pieces of the question. So if you want to color code them, it is a better way to make sure that I'm not missing any part of your answer being responded to. So part A, yes, I think that Jack should be able to open a new credit card. B was my justification. So I said that he has a source of income because he works 25 hours a week. He has a good relationship with his parents, so they might co-sign for him. And he seems to be able to manage his money well. He has an auto loan that he has never missed a payment on. So I think that a credit card would be a good way to help build his credit and kind of help him pay for that last few days before payday. We know that he gets paid at the end of every month, so he should be able to pay off his credit card every single month. Part C was answering a question, or what other information would I like to know? So I said that another question I would have is if he has done any research on credit cards and if his parents would co-sign for him. So I kind of listed 2 questions that I would ask, but you only have to list one. And then part D, if he does decide to get a credit card to help pay for each thing, to help pay for things each month, he will need to make sure that he pays it off once he is paid so that he doesn't pay any interest. That is something that he should consider and use caution with anytime he is going to be opening a new line of credit. So that would be a full answer to get you full points on this assignment. You are going to do the same scenario for our 4 individuals. There is just so you are aware, there is a correct answer. So if you identify that they should open a line of credit, but the correct answer is that they should not open a line of credit based on their scenario, just keep that in mind, that your justification doesn't always mean that you are correct in your answer, but I will take that into consideration. So if you do give a full justification that does make sense, even though it is the wrong answer, I'm still willing to give partial points for those. Once you have finished with those 4 scenarios, part 2 is just going to require you to be a little bit creative. So I want you to write your own 2 scenarios. just like the ones above, you're going to write one for somebody who should be able to open a credit card and someone who should not be able to open a credit card. So based on these examples and these scenarios that you had 5 examples of, you are going to write 2 new examples, one of somebody who would benefit from a credit card, one of somebody who would not benefit from a credit card.